Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Harsh-Worded, Tenderhearted.
We are your hosts. I'm Kaira.
And I'm Tash. And today we are going to be talking about our red flags and our green flags. And then we're going to play a little trending game at the end.
Yes, overrated, underrated, or justified.
Yes.
So to start us off, so how this is going to work is we're just going to say something, and then we'll say if it's a green flag or a red flag. So first one is they make it known that they like you.
I mean, green flag for sure. Definitely a green flag, obviously.
That's hesitant.
I hate to guess. I hate
agree.
guessing. I hate a mystery. I
agree. It makes
I'm
me
very
spiral.
anxious. I'm very anxious. I have a very anxious attachment style. So the not knowing drives me absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah, it makes you spiral.
Yeah. Like it drives me up the wall. It gets me in my head too much, and it makes me feel like I'm regressing.
Oh,
like with all the work that I've done, you know, all the inner work that I've done, it really, really, really makes me feel like I'm turning into like 17-year-old Natasha again.
Like, I don't like having to guess what you're feeling or what you're thinking. Like, do you like me or do you not? Because if you like me, say it.
Right.
Like, I get it. Rejection's scary, but like...
Right. And like, I feel like it also depends on the situation. I grew up pre-COVID, so hookup culture was like insane. Like I finished high school before COVID. I would have, if I went to post-secondary, finished post-secondary pre-COVID. So like I did all that.
Your formative
stuff.
years.
Yeah, I did all that stuff before everybody was kind of weird. You know?
People are so weird.
So hookup culture was crazy and fucking disgusting. So I feel like it depends on the situation. If we're not doing anything here, like if we're just having fun, I don't really care if you like me or not. I really don't, you know? Like I've had some of my longest sneaky links, like 10-year long sneaky links have come back between girlfriends and I don't care. I know what, you know what I'm saying?
Well,
like
yeah,
I don't care.
You're just fucking. You're just having sex.
Exactly. So if I am talking to you or if there's like any type of intent or like feeling there at all, and even if it's like, I hate when it's an elephant in the room.
Oh yeah, I don't like that.
When it's a fucking elephant in the room, like
that.
somebody's got to speak up, you know? So like if it's one of those situations, like I can't be guessing. I can't be guessing.
My problem is that I have to like you to have sex with you.
See,
you know,
I'm working on that.
I have to like you.
I actually, the last
that is a problem. I'm pretty sure I just said it was a problem. That's not a problem. That's not a problem.
No, you know what? Like
that's actually a good thing.
Yeah, you know what? And the last person I was sleeping with had the same thought.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like weird. It made like a little bit of tension, I'd say, around that because I'm just different. I don't know why I have such an unhealthy relationship with intimacy. I don't really know where that came from. This is a little bit off topic, but for the longest time, I just would sleep with anybody, and like it didn't mean a thing to me.
So it didn't mean that you liked them and it didn't mean they liked you.
Right.
There was no like, there's no feeling.
Right. Like it didn't have to
Purely
be there.
physical.
I didn't care. I feel like it's messed with my perception in dating a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how it happened, and now I'm trying to fix it. Like I keep saying to myself, like the next person I sleep with,
you have to like them?
Yeah, like I can no longer sleep with people that I wouldn't date. I can no longer date people that I wouldn't marry. I'm too old for that.
Ah.
You know what I'm rebranding, and
you're rebranding, you're dating to marry.
So before the last person I was sleeping with, I was single for a year, a little bit over a year.
Was it really a year?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I had my like year of single, but I was still kind of like hooking up and like having fun and whatever. And then I entered this delusion.
Your delusionship.
My delusionship. Ladies, be patient with yourselves. Situationships are relationships. You were vulnerable with this person. You were intimate with this person. You were yourself around this person. You enjoyed yourself around this person. You laughed with this person. Those are relationships too. Since then, it's been like 5 months and I am completely to myself.
Has it really been 5 months?
It has been 5 months.
That is insane to me.
And I have not let a single person touch me. I cannot entertain. I don't have the fucking
You're
energy
celibate.
for it.
I
said that the other day. I'm literally celibate. Again,
my
like
God.
I'm like
a reborn virgin?
yeah. And like I'm genuinely trying to like change. I'm genuinely trying to change.
I kind of love that though.
I know, because I keep telling myself, you know what, like I have all these goals where we talk about like where we thought we'd be, and I thought I'd have kids. Natasha, you can't keep making the wrong decision and then expect to get to your goal.
True.
And I can't keep sitting here complaining or like feeling sorry that I don't have these goals when I keep making the wrong decisions. You know? So all of my decisions from this point on have to align with what I've always wanted. Because how else am I going to get that?
Oh, it sounds like you're getting right on the right track.
It sounds like I'm getting old.
Oh, it sounds like you're getting it together, honestly.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Oh my God. Well,
that was crazy.
You know me, always honest.
I haven't heard that since I graduated high school by the skin of my teeth.
Minimal social media use.
That was one of mine.
One of your... Oh, was that actually?
Yeah, mine was no social media.
That was a green flag for me.
It's a green flag. And you know what? It used to be a red flag. I used to be one of those girlies. And I understand it. I fully understand it. You know, like...
I love stalking
where
people.
my anxious girlies at. Like, I fully get it.
Yeah. Like your social media stalking. Like, you want to know.
Right. Or like just people that think that they're like... I used to think people were weird that don't have social media. You know?
Yeah.
Like, it's just whatever. And then
but you've grown.
I started sleeping with somebody who had no social media presence. They do have social media. They do lurk. They do... are toxic on Snapchat, but yeah, they're not like posting.
Did you just say
anything,
are
no
toxic
presence.
on Snapchat? I don't know how to explain it. It's just a green flag.
You know what? I thought about it too, and I was like, why was that
it.
such a red flag for me before? And again, like very anxious. Again, like I love to lurk. I love to stalk.
On social media, not in real life.
Right?
Can you imagine? You're like Joe from You. Just like with your baseball hat, like
somebody
lurking
at
around
the gym,
buildings.
Susie looking at them, they call 911. Yeah, online only. And like I know a lot of people don't like it because it's like, oh, you like this person's picture, you're following this person, blah blah blah, you know, whatever. You won't block this person or whatever. When you take that away, it's just you guys.
True, I'm very much like when in something, it's like just
it's
me
just
and
me and you.
In our
it's
own
me
little
and you
bubble
against the world. Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so like it lets you kind of be more vulnerable. There's no like anxiety of like, are they doing this? Are they doing that? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? Like it's literally just you and I, you know? And I love it like that. This kind of goes along with yours. Snapchat in specific.
Okay, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, if you're red flag, because if you're like trying to make a move on me and you like ask me for my Snapchat instead of my number or even my Instagram, like
I know.
What are you doing? Also, if you're
I
like over the age of like 25 and that's your main way of communicating, I'm sorry, but you need to like
if you're over the age of 20, okay, I'm gonna say 30. I'm gonna say 30 because I'm over the age of 25.
You know what? Yeah, I'll say 30.
But if you are over the age of 30,
I always think you're 25.
Me too.
You're not. You're not 25.
But if you're over the age of 30 and you are still actively on Snapchat, if you open Snapchat at least once a day, you're toxic. Especially a man.
Oh yeah.
Snapchat is for the girls only.
The girls.
Snapchat. Yeah. For our vlogs and for our fit check. When guys are using Snapchat, like it's just.
Especially if they know what this, like how the snap score works.
Oh my God, the last guy I
How does that work?
Taught me how the snap score works.
That's crazy to me.
He was 32.
Whoa.
I am 20. I was 26, 27, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not even 27 yet. 25, 26. Up until then, didn't know how snap scores work. I don't want to be in a blooming relationship on Snapchat.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't want our like seeds to be planted in
That's
Snapchat.
also very like middle school.
Yeah. It's a
Very,
very
high school, very middle,
it's very juvenile. And I just don't really care about it. Text me if you want to talk to me. Like he would mention it. He would like drop hints here and there, like whatever. And I would notice them. Nothing like that goes unnoticed around me. And I just left it alone. Every single time I just let it pass, let it slide. And I think it was like a little game with myself, to be honest.
What?
It was like, like I know he wants my Snapchat, you know, and I'm like paying no care to it at all. So every time he would mention it, I just kind of like whatever, to the point that he mentioned it again. And then he was like, can you add me on Snapchat?
Really?
So I added him on Snapchat and I was like, yeah, sure. We're at work and I added him on Snapchat and then he sent me our Snapchat astrology screenshot thing. You're 32, bro.
That's kind of weird.
You're 32, bro. You're seriously
grown,
gonna listen to the
man.
Snapchat fucking astrology?
It's a bright red flag.
It's It's like
It's waving ferociously in the air.
Literally. But oh yeah, and then he added me back. He went to add me back, and he saw my Snap score.
Was that a red flag?
And it
for
was
him?
like, it's like in the 400,000s. And he goes, oh my God, your Snap score is like 434,000. You whore or something like that. And it was a joke. Like, I don't really care. Like, I'm like that. Like, call me anything you want.
I thought he was serious. I was like, it's not that deep. It's just a Snap score.
Well, and I literally was like, okay, like, I don't even know how that works.
Yeah.
You know? And like,
most people don't.
These red flags and green flags are also kind of weird because, like, I have different red flags. I date both men and women. This is also kind of weird because I meant to say this in our second episode, but in our first episode, I came out saying, like, the last guy I was sleeping with. And most people in my life think I'm a lesbian.
Yeah, true. My mom still asked me about that. She's
Nobody,
like, so is Nashi like a lesbian or like...
Right, and people are like, wait, is Natasha bisexual then? Like, if she's sleeping with a
confused.
guy? I think I'm going through a little bit of a weird stage.
You don't have to label it though.
Right? Like, I've never really believed in that either. So if I'm going to label it, I'm going to say that I'm bisexual right now. I definitely prefer women. Sharing locations.
Red flag.
Red flag.
Red flag. Oh my God. Okay. Maybe I have a little bit of trauma because I had these two best friends. Grew up with like these two best friends who towards the end it got kind of toxic. Like, still love them though. But they like demanded that I have their locations on with them. And I was like, why do you want to know where I am? And they're like, I just want to know. I don't know why, but it makes me feel like suffocated.
Yeah. And like, you know what? Like, if
that's my privacy. Let me have it.
Yeah.
Like, my parents don't even want my location. Why do you want my location?
And if I'm like...
Do you not trust me?
Exactly. And if I'm going somewhere, like if I'm going somewhere sketchy or like if I'm going to an event or something, I'll share my location with you for that period of time.
If I'm meeting somebody I've never met before, first date, like if I'm going on a first date and never met them before, like I'll share my location with you. Like me and my friends do that all the time.
Yes, and then it stops.
Yeah,
right. And I had like a really creepy ex-girlfriend. Like if we were in a fight, like she would just show up wherever I was.
That would send me into a spiral of paranoia.
I know, it did all the time. And people would joke, my friends would joke that I had Stockholm syndrome. And like every time we'd be like smoking somewhere or something like that, I'd literally be like, did somebody hear that? And people would be like, Natasha, calm down.
That's kind of crazy.
And they're like, she's at home. And I'm like, no, you don't get it. Like,
just show up?
Yeah, like literally show, even if I was like freaking furious. Or like what I just would randomly show up wherever I was trying to cool down.
Though?
Like, whatever.
Like, what was her reasoning for that?
To like talk or whatever, but like she would just, or like if I was out somewhere, like would just show up. You know what I'm saying? And like I remember her friends were working with me here, like with my parents at a certain point, and me and my friend were going somewhere after work, and she called one of them, and she was like, "Where are you guys going?" Like blah blah blah, and I was like, on the other side, and my friend who was like our mutual friend at the time, well, her friend, and now she's my friend, but long story, but she was also like, she's like, oh, like what's Natasha wearing, like stuff like that, and they're like, I was like, no,
so she's gonna try and come find me. In general, like, very controlling.
Yeah, and like I was like, don't tell her because she's gonna show up, like she's gonna try and find me, she's gonna know what I'm wearing, like whatever, and like it was kind of like an understood thing that like, you know, my friends knew to like not really give hints, so like it's just very bad. But
that's actually crazy. That's like you're a prisoner.
I know,
like that's wild to me.
Maybe that's why Beauty and the Beast was my favorite.
That says a lot. Actually,
I know. But I like, after we had broken up and stuff, or maybe it was in the relationship, I can't remember, it might have been in the relationship because Brittany was here, and I had opened our conversation, and you know, it was while we were dating, but I'd opened our conversation and it said stop sharing location, and I was like, I don't share my location.
Do you remember?
No, like I don't do that.
Do you think
I wouldn't
she did it when you were asleep?
Probably. Like I don't agree to that. Like I would never agree to that. Like I don't.
Yeah,
that's not a thing for me. Like, so it's just turned me off completely.
Her in the middle of the night, just in the dark with your phone.
No, literally. Or like if I'm in the shower, like I don't fucking know, but it said stop sharing location, and I was like, weird.
Yeah, that's creepy. That's a joke from you.
I know, right? Right, and like
that's too much.
Wouldn't even believe my location anyway, because like even if I was at home, one time she knew I was fucking at home, and she thought I had somebody, and I have a Snapchat video of it, I need to fucking find it, but she barged into my house as I'm like changing, getting ready, and is like ripping, like opening all the doors, like opening all the curtains, who's here, like where are you?
Oh my God,
screaming because she thought I was cheating on her. I was like, I'm at home. getting ready to come see you.
The more I hear about your relationship, the more I'm like, what is going on?
It was crazy.
Like,
I know, it was crazy. And I keep saying after, I'm like, I don't know how I got sucked into that. I don't know. Because usually I'm very like, don't talk to me like that. Like, you know, like weird.
Their friends make an effort to get to know you.
Green flag.
Green flag,
Green
right?
flag. I think friends
Green
are so
flag.
important.
Yeah, because it's like there's this one quote that I don't remember where it's from or who said it, but it's like, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. I'll tell you who you are. Yeah, right?
Yeah, no, that's true. That's true. And like my friends are kind of like my be all and end all, like very much so family to me.
Yeah.
They were there before you. If there is an after you, there will be there. They're the people that I would want there. So like I have to maintain that relationship. I don't really like when people cut off their friends in relationships.
Oh, I hate that.
My ex was like this same ex-girlfriend was like that.
Crazy ex.
And that's why her friends were like, fuck you every time she would resurface, you know what I'm saying? And I was very much like, let's hang out with your friends. Let's hang out with your friends. I'd always invite them over. We'd like have barbecues and stuff like that. Like they haven't seen her in fucking so long now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and how do you expect them to be there for you?
Yeah, right.
You know,
like if all
like-
your friends, like if your friends are willing to be there for you, that says a lot about who you are.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this says a lot about the kind of person you are, what kind of friend you are to them, that they feel compelled to, you know, like be there for you.
Yeah. And I feel like very torn when whoever I'm with doesn't get along with my friends and my family.
Yeah.
As much as like it isn't the like be all and end all that what my friends and my family say about like who I'm with or what I choose to do there, it makes it really, really hard. And I have been with people that my family doesn't like. They've never said it, but I know goddamn well. You know what I'm saying? Like my friends didn't like. They still all made such an effort, and I'm so appreciative of that. And I remember talking to somebody about that after it happened, and I was kind of like, the person I was talking about it to wanted to spend time around my family and stuff like that. You know, like my family liked having them around, and it was kind of like two completely different sides, which made me realize that like it makes it so much easier on me, you know, like even on me, and like it makes me more confident in that. And stuff
you don't
like
have to worry about being like a buffer or anything.
Right. I don't feel guilty. Like a lot of times I felt guilty on both ends because I was like, if I don't bring her, my partner is going to be upset with me. If I do bring her, my family's not going to have as great of a time.
Yeah.
So I was constantly torn all the time. So it's kind of just like I think I see it on TikTok too, where people are like, oh my God, like that would be over. Like they're too close. No, like please, for the love of God, be close with my partner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. They take up such a big part of your life. Like you are who you are because of your friends and your family.
Yeah. And it's kind of like, I love them. Of course you love them.
Yeah.
I love you. Of course they love you. You know what I'm saying? It just makes the whole thing better, more enjoyable and easier.
Like it's such a big red flag, especially if like you've never met your significant other's friends.
Oh, I know.
It's like, why are you embarrassed?
I know. Are you embarrassed of me? Or like, I don't know. I again put so much importance in friendship. So like, I also need to be proud of the person that I'm with. So like, if you're not a good friend, I can't be proud of you.
That's true.
I can't be proud to be with you. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like it'll eat away at me, that I'm like, so it has eaten away at me that I'm so openly with somebody who's such a bad fucking friend. You know?
Yeah.
I don't believe in embarrassment, but I was embarrassed there. Let me tell you. Oh my God, that's crazy. Do you think I'm gonna get sued?
I don't think so.
When people are like uncomfortably close with their parents.
How close? If it's like, you know, have you seen that one show called like I'm Dating a Mama's Boy or whatever?
I've dated a smothered.
What?
I've dated a smothered. Smothered by your mother?
I don't know.
The
Is that
show
what it's
Smothered?
called?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, well, if it's like unhealthy, then like red flag. But if it's like healthy and there's like boundaries,
If
and
you
it's,
have
like,
a good relationship with your parents,
that's a green
I'm
flag.
jealous.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. No, if you have a good relationship with your parents, like good on you, great. I love that because I love having a relationship with my partner's parents.
you also just have a good relationship with your family, and like you're just close with your family in general.
Right,
so when
right.
you see that your partner has that same thing, it's like, okay, cool, we have the same values.
Right. Again, telling about what type of parent you would
Yeah.
be. But I've dated a smothered, and I just
when it's like unhealthy,
no.
it's like, does your mom want to date you?
I'm not dating your mom too.
you know?
You know what I'm saying? No. Like I'm not interested.
Like Sigmund
in
Freud is like
thruples.
rolling in his grave. Like it's like that. Like I can't do that. That's a red flag.
Yeah.
That's too much. Thank God I've
Too
never had
much
to deal
for
with that.
me. Yeah, thank God I'm attracted to traumatized people. You know, like.
No, I couldn't, because then it would feel like there's like multiple people in the relationship. And
That's
it's
what I'm
like,
saying.
I
Is I didn't sign up for a throuple,
Yeah,
right? Like,
right?
no, thank you. This is too much. Too much.
Like, I'm just
too many feelings going around.
Yeah.
Especially when all three are involved or female. Makes it very hard. It makes it very hard. Talks about their ex.
Ooh, okay, like a lot, because like
See, this one's kind of weird, right?
Yeah, because if it's like you just talk about it, it comes up in conversation, fine, whatever. But if it's like you're constantly bringing them up, you're comparing me to them, you're like, oh, like, that's a red flag.
Okay, so this is
If it's
weird.
like if it's obvious that you're not over your ex,
right,
then it's like red flag.
Okay. So I also like I know people who will like as soon as your ex's name comes out of your mouth, they're like, oh my God, you're not over your ex.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think we're just like too introspective. You know what I'm saying? Like we think so much that it's kind of like we're not like point blank, oh, you're not over your ex.
Yeah.
Like it's always so much deeper. Like
everything's complex.
Everything's almost so like always so much deeper. I know. But
because most of the time it is.
Right.
And then when it's not, we get blindsided because we're like, what everything is.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's also destructive. This one's a little bit more of a beige flag for me now. Because, again, last guy I was sleeping with, he talked about his ex all the fucking time. And it never really bothered me, which is also hard because when we started sleeping together, it was kind of under the agreement that, like, this wasn't going, like, this couldn't go anywhere. I should have told the story because it would have made a lot more sense, but it really couldn't. This is going to make me sound awful, but I was his superior at work. We started off as equals, and we started sleeping together when we were still equals.
Okay, that makes it a little bit better.
Exactly. It was not yet announced or anything, or like even confirmed
that
I was
It didn't start off in a power imbalance.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Things like that. So it was under the agreement that this could not mean anything. It couldn't go anywhere, like whatever. So my bad for catching feelings. But he talked about his ex all the time. And since we had that agreement, it didn't really bother me. And I was kind of in the mental stance that I'm in when I'm with like a sneaky link. And it's very strictly just that.
Yeah, you're putting a wall up. You're holding back.
Exactly. Yeah. And it made it very hard, I think, that we had to see each other every day. And it was just two of us working in a store. So it was just like all we had to do was talk.
Yeah.
You know? I remember one time he was upset that I was talking to his mom so much. He was saying that like a girl that he was talking to before, like talked to his mom and then all of a sudden like didn't come back. Like didn't want to talk to him anymore and was kind of like, you're not over your ex.
Oh.
And I made a comment, which I didn't fully mean. And I was like, I don't think you're over your ex. But like, I think like sitting with it, I think he is over his ex because he has to be over his ex. It was a very long-term relationship. It was his first relationship. So I get it. It's even a harder pill to swallow that like it's your first love because his first love was 5 years long.
Oh, that's
hard.
That's long.
The first person he slept with, it's hard. So I get it. But that's what I'm saying, right? Is like I get it. And like I've been hurt by relationships too. And all my red flags and all of my green flags have come from all of my relationship experiences. And we had a little bit of a tiff at that point because he was kind of like, what are you talking about? Like, you don't even know her name. And I said her name. And I was like, I heard that from you. I learned that name from you. I need both hands and both feet to count how many times you personally have said that name to me. But it's never bothered me because that was part of your life for so long. I always said it would bother me more, I think, if he couldn't say her name. If you can't utter your ex's name, why they should just be another person to you now if you really don't have feelings for them.
Yeah, if there's a difference between talking about your ex when you're not over them versus when you're kind of looking back on the relationship, like knowing that you've grown from it.
Right. And it was like a lot of it was like very like sad and very like whatever, but like thinking about it, I was like, he's so comfortable being vulnerable with me, number one. Mm-hmm. He's comfortable talking about the wrongs that have been done to him, the wrongs that he's done to other people, like admitting to that and talking about it and like with somebody who potentially could decide to hate him.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like so open and so like made me have a soft spot for that because I was kind of like, I'm learning the way that he needs to be loved, the way that he liked to be loved, the way that he didn't like to be loved, the things that were off to him in his past relationships, the things that weren't. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, you learn so much about somebody by who they dated as well, and like what they went through or what they did to other people, you know? Like,
Yeah. I get what you mean.
right? So like, I don't know. Like, I'm open to it. I don't really care.
I think it's just one that you can obviously tell they're not over their ex.
Like, my ex-girlfriend, not still in love with her ex.
Like, if you're talking about your ex
Fully
and I
still
feel
in
like
love
you're
with her
comparing
ex.
me to her or them.
I'm always more threatened by the next.
Oh,
I don't
by the
know if
next
that
one?
says more about me, yeah, but like, I'm always more threatened by the next. Is there somebody coming in? Is there like our whatever? But there's never like you're gonna go back to them. I'm threatened by the next, not the ex.
Oh, that rhymes.
Yeah.
That was a bar.
But like, that's how, you know, so it doesn't bother me. Like, my ex-girlfriend was fully in love with her ex, but there was like she's not gonna leave me for her. You know, like there was always that mindset.
I gotcha.
But yeah, I don't know why I just lied for no reason again. My ex-girlfriend literally came home and said that she had a crush on the new girl at work, like the new 22-year-old girl at work, and I laughed.
Oh.
I was like, that's okay. And I gave her a hug. And she said, I don't want to like kiss her. I don't even, something
What?
fucking stupid ass shit. Now they're together. Like, she literally told me. She literally told me and I didn't listen. She came home to our apartment and told me. That's crazy.
The more you talk about yourself in this relationship, the more I'm like, that is a different person.
That's what I'm saying. And
Like,
that's what everybody says. And I'm like, I
yeah.
know. I don't know how that happened. But whatever. I learned from it. So I'm better now. If I've ever had love for you, I'll always have love for you. So I'm
like that.
also like that. Like, I also, like,
Mhm.
everyone I've ever been with will always be a part of
Yeah.
what I think about and everything that I do and everything that I see all the time. Like, I hate that I'm so emotional like that.
Oh, I'm like that.
But it's
I'm like
exhausting.
that. Yeah, it is exhausting. It's so hard.
It's so hard.
It's like I
To
haven't
live a
talked to
day
you
in
in
our minds.
I haven't talked to you in years, but if you were to call me right now and
But
say you
look at the
needed
sky
help,
right now. Like, look at the sky. It reminds me of you. Are you fucking kidding me, Natasha? Like, get over it. Like,
if I've ever cared about you, I will always care about
yeah,
you.
yeah. Like,
And it's hard.
like, I love that TikTok trend that was like, I do this because this person in my life did this.
Oh, I love that one.
I loved that one.
I
That
get ice
was-
caps made with
because
oat
it's
milk now because
true.
my brother gets ice caps made with oat milk.
Right? Like, everything I do is just made up of everything everybody before me
I'm
has
also
done.
a firm believer that people are just mosaics of people that they love.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right? I'm made up of all the love I've given and all the love I've received. Another kind of weird one that I heard on Canceled the other day was high body count.
Oh yeah, that's weird.
And you know what?
Oh, you know what? I recently just experienced this where like they were like asking me, so I was like, okay, so I told them, and then they were like, "Do you want to mind?" I was like, "I don't care."
Did
I
you
was
care
like,
though?
No,
Like,
I
was your eyes
genuinely
twitching?
no, no. I like genuinely did not care. Like it's before me. I don't care.
Okay, yeah, no, okay, fair. A body count doesn't really mean
Like I'm not gonna judge you.
yeah, like it doesn't really mean a lot to me, and like it's never something that I ask. It's like not something that I really like to be asked because I don't judge based on it. I don't like to be
Yeah.
judged based on it. Especially like I was saying, I had such an unhealthy relationship. I don't think it says
Much about like
yeah,
who you
like
are,
I don't,
your
I don't at
character,
all. Yeah, or who I would be. Like I don't. But they made an interesting point. I think it was Brooke that made this point that said that she heard that people, because it was like, oh, this guy's body count's so high, he must be really good in bed. And then Brooke was like, wait, like I've heard too that guys specifically with lower body counts are better in bed because they kept a girl around longer.
Yeah, you know, I think I saw that clip,
And
on
I was
TikTok.
like,
that's kind of a good point.
true.
Yeah,
You know, because like if you're continuously sleeping with somebody,
yeah, you're gonna
know.
have a lower body count. That's just how math works.
right? And like obviously it wasn't bad,
Yeah,
you know?
Is
Especially
it-
if a girl keeps coming back. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
So, before we get into our little game, a little bit about our podcast filming set.
somebody commented it the other
We've
day.
Yeah, we've
Was it 2 episodes ago, our first episode.
yeah, we've had a couple different
Locations.
filming locations lately. This was the original plan, this car. It was my old Jeep and it doesn't run anymore. Like the tires are flat. It's sitting in the parking lot of my workplace, my parents' workplace. And this car was like the party car.
The
Like
trap car.
when I say trap car, sweet trap car, I had a little thing hanging that my friend made me. Like so many things have happened in this car. This car has been so many places it shouldn't have been. There have been so many people in this car that shouldn't have been in this car. Like so many drivers of this car that like this car has so many memories and it's like literally the trap car, like so insane. Like my friends that I don't even talk to anymore that would see this background and be like, oh my God, the fucking trap car. And it's away from like everybody, you know, like it's secluded. So it's easy and it's nice. So long as the weather's nice. We're filming this way again because it's kind of raining. It was supposed to rain more than it is, but
that's why we're here in the Jeep, in a car.
Yeah, that's why we film in a car. So now we're going to play a little game where we talk about a couple different trends and we say whether we think that they are overrated, underrated, or justified.
This one might be a little niche, but the old money aesthetic. Have you seen that on the internet?
Kinda.
Kind of, you know what I'm talking about?
Like Sophia Richie-Grace.
Yeah, she's like old money. She's like quiet luxury kind of.
Okay.
Like that. Like her vibe is what a lot of people are trying to exude and trying to like replicate.
Right.
I think it's a little overrated.
You think it's overrated?
You know what? No, I think it's overrated if it's done poorly. If it's done well, then it's justified. Love it. I think it's great. But if it's done poorly, you can tell. Like, you're not old money aesthetic because you're wearing a blazer from Zara.
Yeah, like, you know? I think it's like a very personal thing. Like, specific to certain people.
Yes.
Like, I would never, because I know I could never, you know? Yeah. Like, I'd look like a fucking idiot. You know what I'm saying? So, like,
I think when it's done right, it's classy, it's elegant, it's everything.
Yeah, like I would love to, but I know goddamn well I'd look stupid.
If it's done wrong, it's stupid looking and tacky.
Exactly, I'd look goofy. You know? So like, so on people that it works, justified.
People that it doesn't work,
stop trying. Crocs.
You know what? Crocs, I get the hype. For me personally, I don't like Crocs. So you know what? I would say they're justified because the Crocs that I have worn are comfortable. I just can't sacrifice the comfort for the style. I think they're so ugly.
Fair. Okay. Yeah, I think they are definitely justified. I'm a Croc lover. I used to be such a Croc hater. Like I refused to the point that I would refuse to put on a pair of Crocs just in case they were comfortable. Like I was a Croc hater. I was like, those are the ugliest things. I'd never put those on my feet. Then I got a pair. And I did a little bit of time in the cannabis retail industry. And a lot of times they're expected to work really long hours, like 12 hours, like back to back. Wore Crocs, life-changing. I understand why nurses wear them, you know, like life-changing. So now I'm a Croc lover and I wear them all the time.
I'm a Croc hater. If Crocs have no haters, I'm dead. But you know what? I'm becoming less of a hater.
I love them,
but I still don't like them.
I'm obsessed. I have multiple pairs of Crocs.
See, that's too much. That's
with
too
little
much for
gibbets
me.
on them.
I hate Crocs. I take it back. I'm not becoming any less of a hater. I'm still a hater.
I'm dead.
I don't care how comfortable they are, and I know they're comfortable because I've worn them.
Skinny jeans.
Overrated. Don't like them.
Really?
You know what? It depends. I used to only wear skinny jeans and like the skinniest of jeans. Like I'm talking like they could have been leggings.
Right.
You know, and then to the point where like if you looked at my knee rips, like you would see my knee, like my skin bulging out of the rips because that's how skinny my jeans were.
Love that.
As of right now, overrated. Don't like them as much. I like a good baggy jean just because it's more comfortable. But if the occasion calls for it, I will pull out my old skinny jeans and wear them if I have to. But most of the time, the occasions I find myself in do not require that compromise.
Fair. I see them kind of coming back here and there. I am gonna say justified because again, I grew up a little bit earlier. So I graduated high school in 2014. Everybody was wearing skinny jeans.
That's the era I'm referring to.
Right. So like 2014, but I was in high school from 2010 to 2014. Imagine the parties. You didn't see a single person not in skinny jeans.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like the school dances, the parties, the clubs. Like it was.
I was old enough to remember when they started coming in too.
Exactly. So I was like dressing myself and trying to dress myself to go out when skinny jeans were very trendy. So they kind of hold a special place in my heart. I hate jeans in general. I do love a baggier jean.
Love a baggy jean.
Lately, I've been able to wear jeans because I wear a baggier jean. Mm-hmm. When skinny jeans were like the only thing around, like when the baggy jeans after the 90s like completely went away and everybody it was like the only thing to be wearing skinny jeans. I hated wearing jeans because they were so tight. But I am really short. Like 4'10" and 3/4. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So a baggy jean is iffy sometimes, depending on how baggy, depending on how long. And I also have a really short torso. So like it's not even like my legs that are short, so it just looks weird. You know, so the skinny jean makes me look like I have a body at least.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
get
So
what you mean.
like I think they're justified. I can't just hate on skinny jeans. That's not I'd be
I feel like I'd be hating myself.
yeah, literally.
You know what is a fashion trend that's coming back recently that like I used to be a hater, but now I'm like, you know what? It's kind of growing on me.
What?
Mid-rise and low-rise jeans.
Oh my god, I was gonna say low-rise jeans.
Yeah, I can't do a low-rise on myself just because my torso's weird, but like I do like it on other people.
I love
Mid-rise I like on myself.
I love a low-rise. Born in 1996, so I was like really little when the low-rise thing was happening, but I still saw it around and I've always been obsessed with it. I love a low-rise because my torso is so short. So it elongates it a little bit.
I have the opposite problem. My torso's too long.
Really? I wish I had
Yeah.
that problem. So like high-waisted sometimes just makes me look like compact.
Oh yeah.
Like I look like
Like a
I was
tic-tac.
squished. Yeah. Like an Oompa Loompa. So I love a good low-rise.
Yeah, that's something that's a little
Love a
underrated
good
for
low-rise.
me.
I love a good low-rise mini. Like a mini skirt or
Oh,
something like
yeah.
that. Love that. Like I'll even do that.
Mhm.
But like low-rise baggy, I'll do a baggy if it's low-rise. Love a baggy low-rise because it doesn't look as weird on me as like a high-waisted baggy.
Yeah.
Uggs.
I love Uggs.
I love Uggs.
Underrated. Love Uggs.
I love Uggs. I've
So
always
comfy.
loved Uggs. So comfy. And like we
They're
live in
great.
Canada.
Yeah, right? We need
Like they're
some
not
warmth.
the best in the snow, but like to like wear to
But they're-
work on a cold day. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
When you have your sweatpants and your Uggs and it's like your little hoodie and your jacket and you're all warm and then you go to get Tim Hortons. Oh,
so comfy.
love it.
I live in Uggs when it's cold outside. From like October to March. I'm in Uggs all the time.
You know what? Everybody around me in my life has the what are they called? The Uggs, the slippers?
I have those. Yeah. I love those.
What are they called?
Tasman slippers.
Yeah, everybody in my life, like recently, like especially this week, like the guy I'm talking to, my friends, like we're posting it on their story. Like
Oh my god.
I'm like, you know what? I'm getting influenced. Like I'm thinking about buying some.
My mom got me some for Christmas and they're kids because I fit into like
Yeah, I fit into
3.5
kids too.
kids. So they have the one and it's like mine are brown and they have the pink stitching.
That's cute,
Right? I was like, okay, love that. But they only have it in kids.
I fit in the kids. I'm a size 6.5 in kids.
Are you actually?
Yeah.
Love that.
Uggs and like how trendy Uggs are remind me of the time that Justin Bieber was like publicly a Ugg hater, like hated them, was very open about it, and then he got a pair and then
Oh
he
my
issued a
God.
public apology.
That was me with Crocs. That was fully me
actually?
with Crocs. Yeah, that was fully me with Crocs.
He's like, sorry guys, sorry about every bad thing I've ever said. These are pretty comfortable. He issued a public I was like, you know what? Yeah. So every time I think about Uggs, I think of that.
Yeah, that was 100% me with Crocs. Like, had to apologize to everybody in my life that I every single day would make fun of them so hard for wearing Crocs because then I showed up and didn't take off my Crocs ever again. Oh my god. Okay, so that was all that we had for today. Thanks for watching and listening. Make sure you are watching and listening. YouTube and Spotify, Harsh Worded Tenderhearted.
All of our other socials is at Harsh Worded Pod.
And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.